What is up, everybody? Welcome to another YouTube video on YouTube. That was stupid. A video on YouTube. Anyway, today's video is something interesting. It's essentially like a brutal truth that I've essentially lived through and experienced multiple times. Is that lack of execution is killing your business, and there are a lot of people that want to get into making an agency. There are a lot of people that want to get into making social media. There are a lot of people who want to get into making videos overall. And a consistent trait of people that I've seen try to do this business overall, especially get to six figures, just like me and my business's partner have been, is that the fact that they have a lot of ideas and they just have a lot of lack of execution. And in this video, I want to give you a couple tools that I use in order to get me out of that, because that can be a cycle and it could be detrimental to your beliefs and the things that you want for yourself and the life that you want to create. So the first thing is time blocking. I don't care what anybody says. Your calendar manages everything that you do. Like, if you have a calendar more so than anything else, you're already a step ahead of people that are just basically doing stuff just by the sake of whatever it is that they're doing, not necessarily by the sake of what your goals are. So let's say, for example, you're trying to make sure that you have an allotted amount of time in order to do a specific task. Put it onto your calendar. I'll give you a story. So, like, when I was in sales, right, when I was doing door-to-door sales and selling literally everything under the sun, especially out in the sun in Miami, one of the best pieces of advice that I got from one of the leaders that was like literally doing millions of dollars every single year was the fact that I was basically asking him, dude, what am I gonna do as far as like time management? Because, like, I gotta go to the gym in order to look good. I have to be able to run. I have to be able to eat. I have to be able to do all these things and make production, right? Just make production happen. And basically what he said is just like, my friend, do you have a calendar? And I said no. And I'm like, well, that's why you can't time manage, because you don't have a calendar. If you literally abide by everything on your calendar, you can literally do everything, because there's 24 hours in a day. And that's not something to shy away from. I mean, like, literally, like, you have 24 hours. So therefore, you should, using your abundant mindset, you should think, okay, I have 24 hours in order to do all this stuff. I mean, don't take advantage of it and be like, oh, I have 24 hours, so I can just, like, literally, like, screw around and not do anything. But it's more so in the sense of, I have 24 hours, so therefore I have so much time in order to give towards those things, right? And from that point on, I've been using a calendar ever since. That was like roughly 2 or 3 years ago. Now I literally live by my calendar, and if it's on the calendar, it's going to freaking happen. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, when people tell me to do stuff, or like they want to do something with me, or there's a certain meeting and it's verbal, it's like, if it's not on the calendar, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. The second thing, in order to increase your lack, or I guess improve your lack of execution, is essentially honoring the promises that you make to yourself. Like, I am a huge believer of writing down your goals and putting them everywhere, right? So I basically learned this from like Patrick Bet-David, right? So he was basically talking about, like, when he had a goal and he was like super emotional about it and just really wanted to make it happen, he would literally write it everywhere, right? So, like, this year I was able to make as a business, like, in gross, like a good amount of money. I'm not gonna say how much amount of money, but it's a lot more money in comparison to the average population, right? And I was like, dang, like, I really want to get to this number. I really want to get to this number because I want to prove to myself exactly that I can do everything that I say that I can. And I want to keep my promises to myself. So therefore, I'm going to write it everywhere. The story goes with Patrick Bet-David in Choose Your Enemies Wisely is that he really wanted a yellow Hummer, right? He really wanted a yellow Hummer because he thought it was a really cool car. He also wanted to drive around in the yellow Hummer, even though it's a gas guzzler. And I probably would never buy a yellow Hummer, but he had the picture of the yellow Hummer everywhere. But this was before he became a millionaire. Now he's 100 millionaire now, close to being a billionaire. So he had the yellow Hummer anywhere, in his wallet, on the dash of his car, like in his bathroom, on the nightstand, like literally everywhere else. And I basically did the same thing with the certain amount of money that I wanted to make. And yo, that ish is real. Yo, that ish works so well, because the next thing you know is like everywhere you go, you can't run from it. You know what I'm saying? It's like everywhere you go, you cannot run from that specific goal that you wrote down for yourself. Literally, it's on my Kanban board. It's in my nightstand. It's in my bathroom. It's in my nightstand. It's on like I would say like 7 or 8 different places, even in my car, right? So even in my wallet. So my thing is that if you really want to accomplish something, especially within this business, developing an agency for yourself, I would recommend keeping the promises to yourself by writing them down and putting them everywhere. Because that's like the only way that you're going to be able to see them on a consistent basis. And then you literally go about your life being like, all right, cool. Like, I'm just going to go out and, screw around with my friends, this, that, and whatever. It's just like, should you really screw around with your friends? Big pause, no diddy. Should you screw around with your friends? Like, literally go out and just like, play hooky and stuff like that when you have like 3 or 4 goals that you want to accomplish this year? I don't know. I don't know. Do you deserve that time with your friends? Do you deserve that time just literally not doing anything and maybe just watching TV and not doing anything at all? If you do, you're going to stay in the same place. So honor that commitment to yourself and write them everywhere. And the last thing that would help your lack of execution, especially when developing an agency, I would say would be to skill stack. Reason being is because, bro, there are so many skills that go into making an agency overall, whether it be content creation, whether it be editing, whether it be AI automation, whether it be customer service, whether it be sales, whether it be marketing, whether it be all these different things. There's so many skills that come into making an agency that you don't have an excuse to not learn the skills that are appropriate for developing a business like that. Like if you were in HVAC, you know what I'm saying? Like you're basically doing air conditioning, you're also an engineer, so you fix air conditioning, or it's like maybe like one task, or an electrician or something. It's like you fix wiring, like that's what you do. That would be okay, but the thing is that agencies have become so saturated in the sense of that there's so many agencies that are terrible, right? And that they stay stagnant because they don't continuously evolve, right? So therefore, my recommendation as far as like trying to get to a 6-figure agency, right, is just literally developing the skills that come along with the practice, right? So like, let's say you're a really great content creator, right? You know how to make really great content. It's like fantastic. But next thing you know, you have to learn how to lead a team, right? Learning how to become a leader, like this, that, and the third, is especially like trying to pay employees and trying to make sure that you keep them, and making sure that these people are in your lives consistently, so that way you be able to provide your service, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The point still stands, though. It's just like the evolution of skills that need to develop over time increases. It doesn't get smaller, you know? It's more so like, it really goes to show like what Patrick McDavid and Alex Hormozy and all these cats say is that like you have to improve or you die. Like that's literally what it is, especially within an agency. I don't know about the rest of the businesses that people are doing, but you literally improve or you die, because otherwise you're not going to be able to compete with all these people that are continuously adding more products, continuously adding more skills, continuously adding people, continuously adding like value into other people's lives, especially their employees and their customers. So my thing is just like, you should be obsessed with like evolving over the course of the years that you're developing this business overall, especially within an agency. So this is going to be a short video, so I hope those help. If you guys have any questions, please put it down in the comments, and I'd literally love to have a conversation with you as far as like how we can help you develop your agency. Otherwise, if you happen to be a contractor, like a roofer, a bathroom installer, electrician, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and you want an appointment setting system on autopilot, please click the link below. The first link below, and we'd love to have a chat with you and how we can help. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.